The second section of Chapter 2 looks at exploring credit card use. So if we look at this example, Albert saw a new sound system he wanted on sale for $2,623.95. This includes tax. He had to buy it on credit, and he has two options. Here's option 1. Use his new bank credit card, which has an interest rate of 14.5% compounded daily. And then option 2, apply for the store credit card, which offers an immediate rebate of $100 off the price, but has an interest rate of 19.3% compounded daily. Now, initially, when I look at this, it's more likely that this bank, his new bank card, is going to be better off to use because the interest rate is quite a bit lower. So with a lower interest rate, this means you'll actually pay less in the end when interest is accumulating. Now, with most credit cards, Albert would not pay any interest if he paid off the balance before the due date on his first statement. Now, credit cards work like this. After a month, you'll get a statement of your purchases. You'll be expected to pay a minimum amount, which is true for Albert as well. If you pay off the full balance within that statement period, then you won't have to pay any interest ever. So I would encourage you, when you get a credit card, that you pay off your credit card when you get your statement. You pay off the balance. That way you will never have to pay any interest. So it's not quite, but it's going to be similar to using a debit card. Now, however, Albert can't afford to do this, which is the case for many people, okay? So both cards require a minimum payment of 2.1% on the outstanding balance, but Albert is confident that he can make regular monthly payments of $110. So which credit card is the better option for Albert and why? So to do this, we'll use the TVM solver in the calculator. And I'm going to just switch the page to this. So I'm going to look at both the bank credit card and the store credit card. So the interest rate on the bank credit card is 14.5%. The present value is going to be negative $2,623.95. This represents the cost of that sound system he wanted to buy. And he can afford to make $110 payments, which we'll use as a positive since it's paying against this negative loan. The future value we want to be 0. His payments per year are going to be 12. And the compounding periods per year are 365 since it's compounded daily. So what we need to find is how long it's going to take him to pay off this loan. And I'll remind you that N represents the number of payments total. So if we go to the apps section of the TVM solver and we input this information and make sure again to use a negative for the present value and a positive for the payment, and make sure that these are different. So again, I'll remind you, since N, the PY and the CY are different, N represents the total number of payments. So if we highlight N and press alpha enter, this tells us that he's going to have a total of 28.34 payments. So he's going to have 28 full payments of $110 and then another little bit extra that he has to pay off. With the store credit card, if we look at this side, the interest rate was 19.3%. In this case, his present value, he actually gets $100 off the purchase price for using this card. So he's actually going to have a present value of $2,523.95 because we're going to subtract 100. His payment again is $110 a month. The future value we want to be 0. And again, 12 payments per year. And the compounding periods per year are 365. Now, if we make those small changes to this, and then go back and highlight N, we'll see how long it would take to pay off this using this method. And if we do, it is going to take roughly the same. 28 payments plus another extra, almost 29 payments total. Now what we can do in this section to find out the total interest earned, because when we compare these, we really want to see which is the better option. And the better option will be the one where we pay the least amount of interest. So I'm going to calculate the sum of interest for each of these using the TVM solver. So the sum of interest on this second one, since I had this entered in here already, the second store credit card one, if I go to the finance section and then go down to A, where it's the sum of interest, and since this was for almost 29 months, we're going to go for the first payment and then hit comma, and then we're going to hit 29. You wouldn't hit 28 because you need to go beyond that. So we'll hit 29 because it's going to take just over 28 months. And if you hit enter, we'll find that the interest paid on this one, on the store credit card, would be $657.83. This is over and above this $2,500. Now to do this for the bank credit card, I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to fix this in the TVM solver. I'm going to have to re-put in those numbers that I had before because I need to make sure that this is the actual card that we're using for this. So again, for this, when I quit this mode and I go to the finance section and go down to the sum of the interest, I'm going to go for the same length of time because it's about just over 28 payments. So I'm going to go from the first payment to the 29th payment. And what I get for this, you can see, is the sum of the interest using this card is $493.73. Now, if you look at this, Albert did actually get $100 off of this price, but in total, he's paying a little bit more with the store credit card because the total value of what he is paying with this one, or the total cost with this one, if you add these together, you would get $3,117.40. Whereas if you look at the total cost using the store credit card and we add the interest with his payment value, we would get that the total cost is $3,181.20. So we actually would pay a little bit less using the bank credit card.